Raila Odinga is having a very hard time to convince the Luo people that working with Ruto was the best decision for them. You will see that Raila is really struggling, even in terms of exciting the crowd. The Raila that we know of today is not the Raila that we knew kutoka kitambo. Of course, you know very well that Ruto is doing a 3-day tour of Nyanza. That will also happen during because the Madaraka Day is supposed to take place in Homa Bay County this time round. So he started with the tour and so many other things. Even he went around, he has launched some housing projects, hizo mambo zake, and so many other things. But before I get into that, if you are new to this platform and you're coming here for the first time, I'd like you to take a second to subscribe and to hit the notification bell, so that anytime I post a video, you will always be the first to watch. So kindly do so, na kama kawaida, I'll be back. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed, and for the return subscribers, I really appreciate you guys. Nyinyi ndo mnafanya hii platform ina grow each and every single day. And the return subscribers, man, thank you so much. And na wale wenye wanatumaka kitu kwa the number below, I really appreciate you. Thank you for recognizing my effort. There are some people who have called me. There are some people who have called me even as far as Tanzania, especially the video that I did of Tanzania. There are some people I've received calls as far as other parts of the country, telling me to continue what I'm doing and encouraging me and everything. I'm happy that you are able to recognize that this platform, I'm creating a platform that is a safe space for everyone to come and discuss politics without feeling like they'll be attacked, they'll be insulted, and all those other things. So I really appreciate you guys. So as I continue, Ruto is in a tour of Nyanza, and is also there for the Madaraka Day celebrations. But there's something you can notice, because this time round wamekuwa na Raila. They have been doing this stopovers rallies with Raila. But I picked something from Raila. We can see that Raila is really struggling to excite the crowd, and to try, if he is even using Luo to speak to them, to excite them. But you can see the crowd, especially okay, we all know that the crowd that always come to these things are hired crowds. There are people who are paid by other politicians, MCAs from the area, and the MPs from the area, and even they mobilize. These are people who have been mobilized to come. But there is something just that is just off especially with Raila. I wouldn't speak much about Ruto. There's something off with Raila in terms of how he engages the crowd this time round. There is no that energy, there is no that excitement that it used to be there when Raila you would rise and speak. That energy is lost. People right now, even when Raila speaks, wako tu, guys are just there, just looking at him, and even very few people are excited. I just want you to watch these videos, and then I'll come back, and then we'll do we'll dig deep into the analysis of, will Raila deliver anything to Ruto come 2027? Because there's something that I'm picking from this. So watch these videos, na kama kawaida, I'll be back.
Sisi tumesema tunataka kuboresha hali ya maisha ya wananchi wetu. Hatuwezi kusema sisi tunangoja serikali nyingine. Tunasema serikali hii ya sasa ifanye kazi kwa watu wetu, sio? Tunataka namna hiyo. Tunataka namna hiyo. Baba, endelea siendelee. Endelea siendelee. Endelea siendelee. Juturwa. Uwenye maber. Na wacho ni juturani wangeyo kama wadhi. Wangeyo kama ae, wangeyo kama wantie, wangeyo kama timonadi. Wangeyo kama timonadi. Juluono wacho. Agonu ngero moro. Juluono wacho. Ni Joey Mager emichugo piene. Joey Mager meti mangono. Emi wangeyo kama wadhi. Wangeyo kama wadhi. Wachugo kuo, tokman Joturo ikru. Kama ikru tina bari gane. Hello?
You have seen from the videos, and I think you can agree with me that Raila is really struggling. There's something that is off. If if you are a person mwenye you have followed Raila from way back when he was doing his politics from way back in 1992 and everything, if you could have followed Raila up to now, you knew that Raila was a person mwenye kwanza angesimama tu aseme haya, the crowd will go wild. The crowd will go wild. But something is off. Raila is even struggling. He's even asking people to munionyeshe kwa mkono sijui watu wangapi wamekubali. Like, and guys are not raising their hands. Very few are doing that. Guys are not responding. I think Raila's time in politics is over. Raila is coming to an end of his political career and his political influence. And if no one has picked this mapema, then most of people who are following Raila will be shocked. Most of those politicians who have always benefited from Raila will be shocked in 2027. Because that is Kisumu. That is where, like, the stronghold ya Raila. Yani, that is where, is center of support. But look at how people are behaving. Look at the crowd. The crowd is not excited. I've even seen that he has donated 500 5 acres of land kujenga affordable housing. Guys are not excited. Guys are not excited anymore. You can see in the comment section, whenever Raila nowadays says something, there are so many people who are countering it. Even the people from his own region. So I'm just wondering, is this the same Raila that Ruto expects to deliver for him Nyanza votes and his support base in 2027? Because if Raila is losing even grip of Nyanza, because the only reason why Raila still has support is because there is no alternative in Nyanza. If there was ever an alternative, I don't think Raila will have any influence as of now. Because the truth of the matter is, you can read from the mood. You can see how he's desperately trying to excite the crowd. Desperately trying to tell him how it's anajaribu kuambia, hey, it is me, I'm Raila, yeah, I'm the Odinga, I'm me ndio ni mimi. But the crowd is just there. The crowd is not getting the energy. Something is off. Something is off. Either Raila is coming to the end of his political career, or either like people are just not with him the way they used to be with him in Kitambo. And I think these people, this mobilizing and this one speaking online and trying to expose Raila and everything, I think it's now bearing fruit. Because remember, after the handshake, after this broad-based shenanigans, there are so many Luos who came out and started calling Raila for who he is, and some people are doing some serious groundwork in this bunge la wananchi and everything. And I think this thing is taking effect. It's now taking effect. That Kenyans, that Luo Nyanza are now starting to realize, no, we need an alternative. We need another alternative. Raila's time is up in politics. And the Odinga's family time is up in terms of supremacy and reigning supremacy in the Nyanza politics. So I think the crowd, I think Luos are now starting to have that change of mind and change of heart. I know we still have people who still get excited when they hear the name Raila Odinga. But the reality is, things are shifting. Things are shifting, and I don't know how it's going to be. But now let us just look at it critically. Will Raila be able to deliver the votes, his support base to Ruto in 2027 if they are going to work until 2027? Which for me, I really doubt. Because even Sifuna himself, Sifuna still keeps insisting that Ruto will still fail, no matter what. Yet he's the Secretary General of ODM. He keep on saying that he doesn't support that broad-based thing. He doesn't know anything like that exists. And you remember Ruto Juzi in the prayer breakfast, he still said that they are in the broad-based. Yet the Secretary General of ODM says he doesn't know anything like broad-based. So I really doubt if Raila will stand with Ruto until 2027. I really doubt. But let's assume that Raila supports Ruto until 2027. Will Raila be able to deliver the votes, his support base, to William Ruto? Let us look at it critically. When Raila goes to an election, even when he had the best chance of winning that election, that was in 2002, in 2022, sorry. Luos only turned up 70%. 30% did not turn up to vote. Which, if 30% could have turned out to vote, Raila could have been the president. But they didn't turn up. So you want to tell me that now that Raila will not be on the ballot and will support Ruto, that Luos are going to turn up 90% or even 95%? That can't be possible. That will not be possible. Luos will not turn up that. In fact, they are going to turn up either 40, at most will be 40%. You get, to vote for the presidency. So that when it comes to Raila supporting Ruto, Luo Nyanza alone, I don't think Raila will be able to deliver. And Raila will not be able to deliver. Why? Because number one, so many Luos have decided deep down in their heart that no matter what happens, Raila, they are not going to support Ruto under any circumstances. They are not with him, and they will not support him. That is number one. Number two, even those ones that keep on reminding us kumi bila break, you get, we are not sure if they are really going to turn up and vote, because Luos are only good at speaking and doing and mobilizing and but when it comes to now actually going and turning up to vote, they don't turn up to vote. That is the reality. They don't turn up to vote in large numbers the way the Kikuyus turn up to vote. Because Kikuyus turn up to vote bana. Wanamshaga hadi watu wanaenda kutolewa, wale washosho wanabebwa wanaenda kuvote. But such things don't happen in Nyanza. You get. So they only get excited with the hype and going to the rallies and everything. But when it comes to now waking up and voting, that is also another problem in Luo Nyanza. And now let's look at another support base that Raila really enjoys. That is the Kisii region. The Kisii region have said categorically they are no longer with him, they are with Matiang'i. They have abandoned Raila completely. Even you can see that the governor of Kisii, Simba Arati, was really struggling to try to convince people to stick to ODM. They are really having a hard time. Kisii region has splitted from the Luos. And one of the reasons that has also contributed to this, number one, is how Raila went there and started condemning Matiang'i, that Matiang'i alone and the votes from the Kisii region cannot make Matiang'i president. That was wrong. Raila ought to have not done that, because remember, the crowd is already disappointed with him having done that handshake with William Ruto. And then another thing that has contributed to that division is the rivalry that is now emerging between Gor Mahia and Shabana. You get. So that rivalry is also fueling that separation, that divorce between these two communities, especially politically. You get. And then another region, another voting block that Raila has lost massively is in Western Kenya. Western Kenya, Raila has lost massively, number one, because of Natembeya. Natembeya is really making moves, and people and the Tawe movement is really picking up in Western Kenya. So the thing is sweeping the wave in Western Kenya. They started in Trans Nzoia, but you could see Natembeya recently after he was released. You can see how he did that tour of the counties in Western, and you can see the crowd that turned up, and you can see the excitement that they are needing. It means that the Western people, the Luhya people, are really yearning for a new leader, for a new leadership, someone from within their region. And I think Natembeya is winning the ground and is convincing the ground. You know, Raila has not gone to the ground. So Raila is losing serious support, because the areas where Raila has massive support is always Kakamega, Vihiga, and Busia. You get. Bungoma, it's always slippery for him. So Raila is losing ground on that. And then another thing is that Raila, this issue of doing a handshake with William Ruto really dented his image in Western Kenya. Not even in Kenya, not even Western Kenya, but in Kenya as a whole. It really dented his image, and he has really lost support. And another person that has been working hard to fight him was Salasia. Salasia has been working day and night to make sure that he fight him. And the truth of the matter, the young people who associate with Salasia, these people who associate with Natembeya, these people no longer see Raila as that person that he was kitambo. People like Caleb Amisi, they are no longer seeing Raila. And another factor that is making Raila lose the ground is the Sifuna factor. Because Lawyers are wondering if Sifuna is with Raila, how come Sifuna anapinga everything that seems like Raila anafanya, the moves he's making? So lawyers are also having a second thought on the whole thing. You get? So another voting block that Raila still has is the western part of Kenya. Western part, not western part, sorry, the coastal part of Kenya. The coastal part, to a larger extent, I can say they are still with Raila, but it's only because they have not, they are not being taken serious as serious voting block. So no one is really paying attention to what is happening at the coast. You get? Until they get an alternative or they are given that spotlight to really express themselves, then we will know actually how far they are going to go with reloading. Another region is Nairobi. Central nini Nairobi region. Nairobi largely has always voted for Raila, but as we say, the people who are in Nairobi are just the same people who are partly western, partly in east, in Kisii, partly in Nyanza, partly, because this is a cosmopolitan area. So a lot of influence that comes from the rural part of Kenya has a big also influence in what happens in Nairobi, because a Luo in Nyanza, the way a Luo thinks in Nyanza most probably is the same way they are going to think even if they are in Nairobi, even if they move to Nairobi and everything. So Raila, I don't see where Raila will deliver the votes to William Ruto. I can't see where Raila will deliver any votes to William Ruto. So you guys can tell me in the comment section, what do you think? Do you think that Raila will deliver anything to William Ruto? And do you think that Raila has lost ground? And do you think that Raila is really struggling to gain his past glory? Because Raila right now has his stand. This guy cannot even do a public rally the way he used to do. His influence has really sunk to a point whereby he cannot do a public rally anymore. The way Raila used to go and the crowd in a jar and everything, he can't. He tried that in Kisii. You see how it turned out. People heckled him so much to a point whereby he couldn't speak. So things are boiling for Raila, and I think the lies and the conmanship and all the things that they are catching up with him. So let us just see how it will go. You can share your comments you can share your views in the comment section, but above it all, remain respectful. Do not insult anyone. This is a safe space for everyone. Just share what you think, your opinion and everything. So thank you. Until next time. Bye-bye.